This is the Zac Anesbury Show.
Welcome. Today's podcast clip comes from an interview with Julian Major from Visit Victoria. Back to you. So you did your Masters by Research. You decided you didn't want to do a PhD. You decided to break everyone's hearts here, including my own, and you didn't decide to stay. You left. So you said it ran its course, is how you phrased it. Was it sort of like you realized academia wasn't for you, or you thought that industry gave you something that you wanted to go into industry, then you thought you might come to academia later? Like we've heard that before when people have left.
Yeah.
Or was there just something, maybe you can explain it better than I can guess.
I think it's a little bit of all of those. Like with the last point, I think my mindset at the time was, if I try and make the leap elsewhere and I find that, it's not everything it's cracked up to be, and I really miss the academic side of things, that maybe you can turn course. But I was sort of always wary that, maybe there is too long to stay in that sort of world, and wanted to get the experience in the commercial space a little bit earlier on. So, a little bit of that. A little bit of, I think that the prospect of writing a PhD to me is really daunting. I think, writing a master's is not easy. It's a lot of hard work, some late nights. But at the end of the day, to pass a master's by research, what you primarily have to show, as you would know, is that you are capable of doing high quality research. You don't necessarily have to put new knowledge out into the world. So a lot of master's theses will be replication of other people's work under different conditions or something like that. So, my research was, relatively simple, but it shows that you can do research and literature reviews and experimental design and data analysis and all of those things to, the right level of competency for a master's by research. But the prospect of having to write something that really, tackles new ground to some extent, or goes to that next level when putting new knowledge out into the world, to be honest, is a little bit daunting. And I think you have to be really committed to that. If you're going to go into it, I think, at the end of the day, if that was something that I was really passionate about getting to, it would have been a great thing to do, and probably could have done it, but I just didn't feel that passion to commit to 3 more years, in a way, starting the thesis project again as well, straight after you've finished a master's by research. So 5 years is a long time, and I didn't do a huge amount of commercial research whilst I was at the institute, to be honest, but what I did do, I enjoyed, and I was, just interested to test myself in a slightly different world, whilst knowing that you're still using the same skills every day. I mean, there's commercial research opportunities at the institute as well. Often you're tackling similar problems or research questions. So just wanted to look at it from a slightly different angle, and, was also excited about the prospect of moving outside of South Australia as well, and experiencing something different. And I knew that would be a consequence of trying to go into the commercial world, in that it is quite difficult in Adelaide to get research jobs. There's not a lot of research agencies. There's not necessarily a lot of businesses that set up shop with their headquarters in Adelaide, which you need if you want a research or insights role. So whole lot of reasons, and so that's why it was always really crystallised in my mind that that's where I wanted to ultimately go.
Yeah, I think you make a really good point. I mean, you made a number of really good points. I think you really nailed the difference between the difference of a master's by research and a PhD in terms of all the masters by research here, at least, are very much replication and extension type theses where we have a really good piece of knowledge and we want to know whether it holds in a new condition or for a new population or a new time period. Maybe it hasn't been done for a while and the landscape's completely changed. And so you have you then have to show your competency on those skills. Whereas for a PhD, you have to create new knowledge and contribute to the field in that way. And it's not just simply another year. So, I think, and that's the thing. It's like you knew that you had the capabilities to do it and the competency to do it, but did you really have the commitment to spend another 3 years of your life doing it? And then obviously keep going through to a postdoc position and afterwards. You made a really good point about the that year, like going from a master's by research to a PhD. That's 5 years of continuous thesis. So we've sort of moved towards a almost having like a gap year in a weird way between master's and PhD. I took one, I think Steve took one as well, and it really allowed us to decompress after that intensity of doing a thesis, focus on building other skills like publications, contract commercial research skills, and also the teaching skills that you're talking about before. We'll touch a little.
Hey guys, it's Zac Anesbury here with just a couple of quick reminders. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, then make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. There are plenty more interviews to come with some of the world's leading marketing academics and practitioners. You do not want to miss these. In the meantime, if you're looking for another way to connect, then follow me on Twitter at Zac Anesbury. That is ZACANESBURY for my take on the marketing issues of the day.